This is that trade that got me break even like a fucking donut. So scaling all the way to the high time frame, we see that we are obviously in all-time high conditions. We are currently sitting in equilibrium of this whole entire range. However, we do have prominent draws above and below. So we have this unswept intermediate low inside this respected 2 hour that we are currently in with an SMT at the lows high time frame. However, we also have an unmitigated 4 hour and an unmitigated new day opening gap below. Above, we do have 2 hours and 4 hour inefficiencies, as well as us sitting in a 1 hour inefficiency. So currently we are kind of just bouncing between PDAs. Ultimately, all-time high conditions, so I do want to be looking for longs, but smarter bias would probably be to short-term bearish and trade bearish. But ultimately, we're just going to wait to see how our conditions get reacted from and respected. So what were my conditions? My conditions were ultimately the 30-minute over here that got disrespected and this 15-minute gap that was getting respected. So just based off of that, it looks like we're disrespecting bearish and respecting bullish. However, we are also inside this 1 hour that at the time we hadn't even mitigated its consequential encroachment point. So at this point, I'm kind of more bullish just based on the structure that we are currently given. But on open, we see that is way more clear as we re-sweep. We actually sweep this 15-minute intermediate low and mitigate the 15-minute gap, fully respecting it and getting SMTs at the lows without even mitigating this consequential encroachment from this 1 hour. So honestly, this is a super A+ trade in my opinion. The only thing, A-. I'm going to say A- because the targets are so but. There's essentially no targets. You're essentially just trading the draw or even the CE of this 1 hour, if you can even call it that, as we had already semi-mitigated this. So the only reason we would distribute is to actually mitigate its consequential encroachment or to trade towards these higher inefficiencies. But at the time, this is mechanically so valid that I still took it. However, I did under risk. So I was targeting like a 2R to get my normal TP size. Super greedy, super donut fucking decision. And I ended up paying the price, going break even at this low right here. Ultimately, that break even did lead to a loss. So it was a very good break even point. But lastly, I am going to be covering this short right here. A lot of people took this 1 minute short, which was cams, but I haven't seen a lot of people cover the 30-second, which in my opinion is absolutely trade of the day. This trade is absolutely perfect, and I was already off by then. But yeah, just because we edge this high time frame intermediate low and we get the stop hunt and the failed setup over here, that